Welcome to the Star Life TV channel. In this video, I will talk about the symbolism and the accession of the Antichrist in the video Stromae, Fils de joie. On March 8, 2022, the premiere of the video of the Belgian singer Paul Van Avera, known under the pseudonym Stromae, for the song Fils de joie took place. To date, the video has received more than 24 million views. The new creation of the artist is rather strange. Throughout the video, the funeral is shown, which is accompanied by a military parade and a demonstration of well-known symbols. Everything that happens is reminiscent of a certain occult rite of resurrection of the dark forces and the establishment of the power of the Antichrist. There are many theories surrounding Stromae's Fils de joie video. Some see political overtones in it and believe that they are burying Ukraine or even all of Europe in it. However, most likely the clip has a more global meaning, and everything shown in it illustrates the reign of the Antichrist. Filming of the video, Fils de joie, took place in Brussels. The directors were Stromae himself, his brother Luc Van Avera, wife Coralie Barbier and Henry Schofield, who shot clips for Dua Lipa. The singer claims that he was prompted to write the song by watching a French talk show, which told about the children of representatives of the oldest profession. He didn't like that the guests treated them disparagingly. So I sing on behalf of the son, the client, the pimp and the policeman. Fils de joie is kind of a tribute to these women, says Stromae. In fact, this is just the official version, which is a legend to cover up the true meaning of the song and video. The title of the song Fils de joie literally translates as Son of Joy. However, two expressions were mixed in it: fils de pute, whore's son, and fille de joie, night butterfly. Thus, the title of the song means son of a prostitute. According to the Holy Scriptures, the son of the harlot and the devil is the Antichrist, in reverse analogy with Christ, who is the son of the Immaculate Virgin and God. In the Stromae clip, the Antichrist hosts an international military parade as a world leader. Parade groups sent for this from different countries of the world are marching across the square, and leaders of countries and heads of delegations stand behind the Antichrist on the podium. What happens on the square is not actually a funeral, but a ritual rite of resurrection. This becomes clear at the end of the clip, after the coffin placed on the altar appears in the same place. The clip begins with a brief explanation of its plot. The caption on the screen translates as, "In an imaginary country, the state will organize the funeral of the deceased sex worker, judging by the honors given to this worker. She is of great importance." In the first seconds of the clip, we see the Arc de Triomphe, near which the military lined up. This location is a slightly modified arch of the Brussels 50th Anniversary Park. The main difference from the original is the symbol that can be seen on the top of the structure. A little later, exactly the same symbol can be seen on the coffin lid. The shape of the symbol resembles a diamond, which in gematria corresponds to the number 33. It means the highest degree of Freemasonry. Inside the symbol are two naked women with a bowl in their hands. According to the texts of Revelations, the whore of Babylon held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominations and the uncleanness of her fornication. The following frames of the clip show a monument, which is a kind of altar. This is where the coffin will be placed at the end of the video. There is no such monument in Brussels. The arch in the video is a copy of the reunification arch in North Korea. In this case, the reunification of the material shell of the physical body and the soul, which is achieved in the process of the rite, may be meant. Further, the clip shows a crowd of people gathered in the square. In their hands are posters with portraits of women. They depict different women, that is, they are not burying a specific person, but a certain collective image. The following shots show a close-up of the podium and the parade participants standing behind it. Here you can also see the symbol in the form of a diamond. Initially, the place at the microphone is occupied by a woman with a scythe. She can symbolize death, as she is often depicted as an old woman with a scythe. In addition, death is the last of the horsemen of the apocalypse, after which the power of the Antichrist will be established on earth. In the clip, a woman with a scythe gives way behind the podium to Stromae, symbolizing the Antichrist. Next, a close-up shows the coffin, on which you can also see a symbol resembling a diamond in shape. Next we see the podium from a different angle. First of all, the statues stained with mud are striking. These images are a symbol of worship and reverence for an unworthy person. Below the podium is another symbol, which is a rose within a circle. Exactly the same symbol can be seen on the lawn, on the uniform of the military taking part in the parade, and at Stromae himself. The latter is depicted in color. The golden rose is a symbol of the Pope's blessing. It is awarded as a token of respect to political and military figures. The fact that the golden rose is on the chest of the Antichrist signifies his blessing by the Pope, which is not at all surprising given what the Vatican really is. At the moment when the woman with the scythe gives way to the Stromae microphone, the camera focuses on the cameraman filming everything that happens from the roof. This can symbolically show that all events are pre-staged and played out according to a certain plan. When Stromae approaches the microphone, his strange hairstyle immediately catches the eye. It is reminiscent of the Strimmel, the headdress of the Hasidim, which they wear only on especially solemn occasions. Given the fact that it is the Hasidim who are waiting for the coming of the Antichrist, this detail becomes very symbolic. Further, in the clip, military men from different countries appear in front of the podium, as if taking an oath to a single ruler. If you look closely, then in the hands of all the soldiers instead of weapons, umbrellas. This may refer to the so-called Bulgarian umbrellas. Outwardly, they looked like an ordinary umbrella, but a sting was hidden at their end. When targets were struck, a pneumatic mechanism sent a small ball of ricin into the body, killing the victim in a short time. In turn, all this can give a reference to the fashionable immunization procedure. The ones who have taken the oath of allegiance to the Antichrist. Further, a funeral cortege appears on the square. When it forms a pyramid, you can clearly see the transport entering it. At the top is an exclusive BMW Kingston motorcycle, one of a kind. The face of the person sitting on it is hidden by a black helmet. At the top of the Masonic pyramid is the devil himself. Thus, it is he who is personified by the motorcyclist leading the motorcade. Right behind him is a black convertible with white-haired women sitting inside. At one point, 3 of them are shown in close-up. Another one sits in the front seat. These women can symbolize representatives of the British royal family. Remaining behind the scenes is Queen Elizabeth II. The other 3 are her daughter Princess Anne and the 2 wives of her sons Prince Charles and Edward. The fact that they are right behind the devil shows the hierarchy of the ruling powers in the world. Next, 10 ordinary motorcycles line up in a pyramid. They may symbolize the minyan, a community of adult Jewish men who gather for a series of religious rites. It must include at least 10 people. It is the representatives of this nation that can receive the highest degrees of Freemasonry, which means they can get to the top of the pyramid. Closer to the base you can see 4 Lada Niva cars. They give a reference to Russia, which occupies an important role in the Masonic pyramid. At one of the moments, the transport included in the cortege makes a lap of honor. These frames may refer to the rings of Saturn and the associated cult. The flag used to cover the coffin deserves special attention. Exactly the same flags hang on the sides of the triumphal arch. The images on it resemble an eye, which is a symbol of the all-seeing eye. During the parade, military personnel from different countries line up in front of the podium and salute the person behind it. Stromae, symbolizing the Antichrist, also salutes the military. The soldiers in Arabic uniforms approach him penultimately. They line up in the form of a pyramid, which is the main symbol of the Illuminati. At the end of the parade, women in black revealing outfits, who are representatives of the oldest profession, are sent to the coffin. They are the ones who carry the coffin to the altar. Interestingly, the number of girls is constantly changing. Initially, 6 harlots carried the coffin, 9 more stood on each side of it. This combination can symbolize the number of the beast, since the 9 is the inverted 6. A little later, when the procession is shown from above, 6 girls can be seen carrying the coffin, and 14 on each side of it. In this case, the coffin is located between 2 pyramids. Representatives of the oldest profession put the coffin in the arch and cover it with a flag. It is important to emphasize that they do not bury the body or cremate it. Thus, everything that happens is not a funeral. By placing the coffin in the arch at the place of power, they revive the whore of Babylon to a new life. When the camera moves to the podium, a coffin can be seen next to it again. Stromae moves away from the microphone, giving way to a woman with a scythe. It seems that now everything should repeat itself again. This is also hinted at by the flashing shots, which seem to show everything that happened before in fast forward. It turns out that there is a certain continuous cycle or reboot of the system. The clip ends with a flight over the arch of 9 planes lined up in a pyramid. Thus, Stromae's video for the song Fils de Joie shows the accession of the Antichrist and his establishment of power over the world. In addition, we see a ritual, the purpose of which is the rebirth of the whore of Babylon. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Put likes.